in the glittering heart of the city, where fortunes are made and destroyed overnight, Isabella Leister stood at the edge of the empire she was destined to lead. One phone call away from losing her empire. One decision away from betraying the only man who ever truly saw her. The billionaire heiress who commanded boardrooms and crushed rivals now faced a moral dilemma no amount of money could solve. Would she sacrifice the only man who ever truly saw her, or watch her family's billion-dollar empire slip through her fingers because she chose love over power? Hello, Everlooks viewers. Welcome back to your #1 storytelling platform, where ambition wears designer suits and secrets hide behind mansion walls. Today's story follows a powerful billionaire heiress who has everything money can buy, except genuine human connection. Until one rainy night, a humble delivery rider fighting for a dying stranger changes her world forever. How did it all begin? Not in a lavish gala or a high-stakes meeting, but on a stormy night with a humble delivery rider and a voiceless old woman. Now let's dive right into today's story. Rain hammered down on the streets of New York as Ethan Cole pulled up to the gated apartment complex, his delivery bag soaked through. He glanced at the urgent medical package in his hands and sprinted toward the entrance. An elderly woman named Mrs. Grace desperately needed the medication that night. He punched in the code she had written down for him earlier. The security guards immediately stepped forward, blocking his path. "I don't know you, and I've never seen you around here," the taller guard snapped, shining a flashlight in Ethan's face. "You look like trouble. I can't just let you in. Call the resident. Let her give us the code herself." Ethan's heart pounded. She can barely speak because of her condition. She communicates by writing notes. "Please, this is life or death. I already gave you the correct code. Every second we waste here could kill her." The second guard crossed his arms. "Rules are rules, and we cannot break them for you. Call her. Let her speak. I'm telling you she can't." Ethan's voice rose with desperation, but he kept his tone respectful. "She has no family, no one else to help her. If I have to wait for her to write something, it might be too late. I'm begging you, just let me deliver this." The guards exchanged skeptical looks, unmoved. Tension thickened in the pouring rain. Ethan stood his ground, refusing to leave, his clothes drenched, his mind racing with worry for the helpless woman inside. From the street, a sleek black Rolls-Royce slowed down. Inside, Isabella Leister lowered her phone, her sharp eyes narrowing as she watched the confrontation. The powerful CEO, usually surrounded by yes men and power plays, found herself unable to look away from this ordinary man fighting so fiercely. She made a quick call to the security. "This is Isabella Leister. What is going on at the complex gate?" The guard explained the situation while Ethan's desperate voice echoed in the background as he pleaded for the woman who could only communicate through writing. "Let him through. No more delays," Isabella commanded. Seconds later, the guard stepped aside reluctantly. Ethan rushed in without hesitation. He found Mrs. Grace struggling to breathe, helped her take the medication, and stayed until she stabilized enough to write a shaky, "Thank you, young man," on a notepad. Her eyes filled with grateful tears. As Ethan left the building, he had no idea that his actions had just caught the attention of one of the most powerful women in the city. That night, in her breathtaking penthouse overlooking the glittering skyline, Isabella poured herself a glass of wine and stared out at the rain. She couldn't stop replaying the scene. The way Ethan had stood there, soaked and determined, pleading for a woman he didn't even know. No ulterior motive, no expectation of reward, just pure human decency. She whispered to the empty room, her voice soft with rare vulnerability. "Who is this man? In my world, people fight for power and money. He fought for a stranger's life." The next morning, driven by an impulse she couldn't explain, Isabella used her resources to find him. She learned his name, Ethan Cole, and arranged for a discreet meeting at a quiet cafe near his usual delivery route. When Ethan arrived, he was surprised to see an elegant woman in a tailored designer coat waiting for him. "You're the one I'm here to meet?" he asked, cautious but polite. Isabella smiled faintly, her eyes studying him. "I saw how you fought for that woman. Most people would have given up. Why didn't you?" Ethan shrugged, his voice sincere. "Because she had no one else. I know what it feels like to be alone when things get bad. If I could help, I had to try." Their conversation flowed easily. Isabella found herself opening up in ways she rarely did. "In my world, everyone wants something from me. Power, money, connections. But you stood in the rain for a stranger with nothing to gain." Ethan chuckled lightly. "I'm just a delivery guy trying to make it day by day. You seem like you have the whole world at your feet. Must be nice." "It's lonely," Isabella admitted, her voice dropping. For the first time in years, she felt seen. Over the following days, Isabella kept finding reasons to see him. A coffee here, a quiet lunch there. Each meeting revealed more layers. Ethan shared stories of his struggles after quitting his job and taking up delivery work to survive. Isabella revealed the crushing pressure of running a billion-dollar empire, while her mother Evelyn pushed her toward a strategic marriage with the arrogant Nick Harrington. One evening, as they walked along the Hudson River, Ethan stopped and looked at her seriously. "Isabella, why are you really spending time with me? I'm not from your world." She paused, her heart racing. "Because when I saw you that night, I saw something real, something I haven't felt in a long time. You make me feel human again." Ethan's eyes softened with emotion. He gently took her hand. "I don't want to complicate your life, but I can't stop thinking about you either." Their first kiss was tender, filled with the weight of two very different worlds colliding. A few days later, Isabella invited Ethan to a private dinner at one of the city's most exclusive rooftop restaurants. The view of Manhattan was breathtaking, but Ethan felt out of place in his simple clothes among the elegantly dressed guests. "You look beautiful tonight," Ethan said softly as they sat down, his eyes locked on hers. "But I have to be honest. This world, it's a lot. I don't want to embarrass you." Isabella reached across the table and squeezed his hand. "You could never embarrass me. You're the most real thing I've had in years. Everyone else wants something from me. You just see me." Their conversation deepened over the meal. Ethan opened up about the pain of watching his mother struggle with medical bills before she passed, which was why he couldn't walk away from Mrs. Grace that night. Isabella's eyes glistened with unshed tears. "I admire you more than you know," she whispered. "My mother is pushing me to marry Nick Harrington, a man from another powerful family. It's all about merging empires, but I don't love him. I feel nothing when I'm with him." Ethan's jaw tightened. "Then don't do it. You deserve to choose who you want to be with." Before Isabella could respond, her phone rang. It was her mother, Evelyn. "Isabella, where are you? Nick is here for dinner. You promised you'd be home," Evelyn said sharply. "I'm out, Mother. I'll explain later," Isabella replied, her voice firm. When she hung up, Ethan noticed the stress on her face. "Family pressure?" "Always," Isabella sighed. "She thinks I'm making a huge mistake even talking to you. She already had me investigated. They think you're a gold digger trying to get close to the Leister fortune." Ethan pulled his hand back, hurt flashing in his eyes. "Is that what you think too?" "No," Isabella said quickly, her voice emotional. "I know you're not. I've seen who you are. But my family, they don't understand." The next morning, the situation escalated. Evelyn Leister stormed into Isabella's office, her face tight with anger. "I have reports that you've been seen with that delivery boy multiple times," Evelyn said coldly. "Have you lost your mind? Nick is ready to propose. This match will secure our position for the next decade. What are you doing throwing it away for some nobody?" "He's not a nobody," Isabella shot back, her voice rising. "He's kind, honest, and real. Something I've never had in my life." Evelyn laughed bitterly. "Kind? He's using you. Men like him always do. I'll prove it." Later that week, Evelyn forced Isabella to meet Nick for dinner at an exclusive restaurant. Isabella arrived reluctantly, already planning a quick exit. Nick was already seated, snapping at the waiter. "This wine is awful. Bring me something decent. Not this cheap garbage. And hurry up, I don't have all night." Isabella's stomach turned. As the waiter left, Nick turned to her with a smug smile. "Your mother told me about the delivery rider. Really, Isabella? Lowering yourself like that?" Isabella stood up. "This was a mistake. I'm leaving." Nick's hand shot out, grabbing her wrist tightly. "Sit down. You want to leave me for some delivery boy? After everything my family can offer you? He's nothing, and you're pathetic." Isabella yanked her hand free, anger flashing in her eyes. "You don't know anything about him, and I don't want what you're offering. I want something real." She walked out, heart pounding, more certain than ever about her feelings for Ethan. Meanwhile, Nick headed to a dimly lit upscale lounge across town. He met Camille, and they both sat in a private booth. "She's getting too attached to that delivery rat," Nick sneered, swirling his whiskey. "If she doesn't come to her senses soon, we'll have to force her hand." Camille leaned in, her eyes cold with revenge. "I've arranged some girls to tell the story the way we agreed, that he abandoned me when my company collapsed. She'll start doubting him. So, you just keep pushing the marriage. Once you control the Leister empire, we'll destroy her together. I lost everything because of her father. Now, I'll take everything from her." Nick smirked and kissed her hand. "And I'll finally have the power I deserve. Perfect partnership." That evening, Isabella went straight to Ethan's apartment and told him everything. Nick grabbed my arm. "He was so rude to the staff. I can't be with someone like that. But my mother doesn't understand. I'm so sorry about how he treated you. You deserve better. You deserve to be happy," Ethan said. "I heard people talking today. They're saying I'm only with you for money. Even some of my regular customers made jokes about it. I hate that this is affecting you." Isabella pulled him into a tight embrace, her voice breaking. "I don't care what they say. You make me happy. For the first time, I feel like I can breathe." They spent the night talking deeply. Ethan shared his dreams of starting a small logistics business. Isabella confessed how exhausted she was from carrying the weight of the Leister empire alone. "I'm falling for you, Ethan," she admitted, tears in her eyes. "But I'm scared. My world is ruthless. They will try to destroy you to get to me." Ethan cupped her face gently. "Then we face it together. I'm not going anywhere." But the pressure intensified. Evelyn hired investigators who dug into Ethan's past. They discovered he once worked for Camille Laurent and had a relationship with her. Evelyn presented the findings dramatically during a family dinner. "See? He is a gold digger. He was with Camille, but left as soon as she lost everything. This is a trap." Isabella's heart raced. "That doesn't mean he's using me. I trust him." The arguments grew heated. Isabella defended Ethan passionately, while Evelyn warned of the damage to the family name. That night, after the brutal confrontation with her mother, Isabella showed up at Ethan's modest apartment in tears. "They're making me choose, the company or you. I don't know what to do anymore." Ethan held her close, his own emotions raw. "I never wanted to put you in this position. Maybe I should step back. I can't stand seeing you torn apart like this." "No," Isabella said fiercely, pulling him closer. "I've spent my whole life doing what they want. For once, I want to choose what makes me happy. And that's you." Their kiss was desperate and full of emotion, a promise against the storm gathering around them. Meanwhile, unknown to them, Nick and Camille were secretly dating. Nick's true plan was to marry Isabella, seize control of the Leister empire through the merger, and then destroy her, with Camille helping him from the shadows, seeking revenge for her own downfall and her bitter history with Ethan. The web of betrayal was tightening, and the biggest revelations were yet to come. The breaking point came at the Leister anniversary gala. Isabella walked in on Ethan's arm, ignoring the whispers. Evelyn cornered her immediately. "How dare you bring him here? You're humiliating this family in front of everyone who matters." "He matters to me," Isabella replied, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "More than any of this." Nick approached with a smug smile, holding a drink. "Isabella, darling, still playing charity with the help? I thought you had better taste." Ethan stepped forward protectively. "I'm here because she invited me. If you have a problem with that, say it to my face." Nick laughed. "A delivery rider at the Leister Gala. How charming. Tell me, how much is she paying you to play the devoted boyfriend?" Ethan's fists clenched, but he kept his composure. "I'm not here for money. I'm here for her. Something you clearly don't understand." The argument exploded in front of everyone. Isabella's voice rang out, filled with years of suppressed anger. "I'm done living for your expectations." The room fell silent. Evelyn's face twisted with rage. "You'll regret this." But Isabella took Ethan's hand and walked away, head high. Later that evening, Isabella heard a group of ladies talking about Ethan. She moved closer so she could hear them. "Does she really think he cares about her?" a lady hissed, her voice laced with bitterness. "He was with Camille, but left as soon as she lost everything. And now he's doing the same to Isabella, using her to get close to the Leister empire," another lady added. Isabella stormed out, shaken. She found Ethan waiting for her near the exit. "Take me home," she said, voice trembling. "I need to talk to you." Back at her penthouse, Isabella confronted him with tears in her eyes. "People are saying you're using me. Were you with Camille and left when her company collapsed? How true is this?" Ethan's voice cracked with raw pain. "Yes, I was with Camille. I loved her. But I discovered the dirty deals, the corruption eating her company alive. I begged her for months to stop. She chose power instead. So I left before it destroyed me too." Isabella broke down, sobbing. "My mother said the same thing. How am I supposed to trust anything anymore?" Ethan stepped closer, his eyes pleading. "Because I love you, Isabella. Not your money. Not your name. You. The woman who feels alone at the top. The one who smiled for the first time in years when we talked by the river. I would walk away from all of this if it meant protecting you from pain." The room fell silent except for Isabella's quiet sobs. She reached for him, pulling him into a tight embrace. "I believe you. God help me. But I do. But my family, they're threatening to remove me from the company if I don't end this." The next morning, Evelyn delivered the ultimatum in the Leister boardroom. "Choose, Isabella. The Empire or that man. If you choose him, we will cut you off. The board is already questioning your leadership." Isabella stood tall, her voice trembling but resolute. "Then maybe it's time I built something of my own. Something real. I choose Ethan." The boardroom erupted in chaos. Evelyn's face turned red with fury. "You're throwing away everything I sacrificed for." But Isabella had made her decision. She walked out and drove straight to Ethan's apartment. When he opened the door, she fell into his arms. "I chose you," she whispered, crying. "I don't know what happens next, But I chose you." Ethan held her tightly, his own tears falling. "I'll fight for us every day. You're not alone anymore." In the weeks that followed, the fallout was brutal. Isabella stepped down from several key roles as the family fought her. Nick and Camille tried to sabotage remaining deals. But through it all, Ethan stood by her side, supporting her as she started rebuilding on her own terms. One quiet evening at the small apartment she had moved into, Isabella looked at Ethan and smiled through happy tears. "I once had everything but felt empty. Now, I have less on paper. But I finally feel rich, because I have you." Ethan kissed her forehead. "And I have you, the woman who saw past what everyone else assumed about me." As the city lights twinkled below them, Isabella realized the greatest luxury wasn't money or power. It was love that couldn't be bought, the kind that fought through storms and chose truth over convenience. And so, in a world of designer suits and hidden secrets, two hearts from completely different worlds proved that real connection was the rarest and most valuable thing of all. Thank you for watching this story on Everlux TV. If you enjoyed this emotional journey of love, sacrifice, and redemption, please like the video, subscribe for more billionaire dramas and hidden secrets, and drop a comment telling me what you think should happen in the next chapter. Your support keeps these stories coming. See you in the next one, where ambition meets even greater twists.